Start recording. Stop recording. Speech off.
Okay, guys, I want to ask your opinion. Do you think that Leslie Burke from the Bridge to Terabithia book and the two movies that came out in 1985 and 2007, respectively, do you think she's dead? My answer to that would be no. Why? Because anything could happen in fiction. That author could have easily wrote something better than that. Because who would want to be a friend with someone that dies presumably 2 or 3 weeks after you become friends with them? Luckily, I don't think I've ever been in that situation, but even if I have, that would break. Not break, but it would make me upset. If I've met Leslie Burke, and if I was in that other character's shoes, that Jets character's shoes, I would probably, number one, cry my eyes out. Number two, regret not being there for her. And number three, I would probably if someone teased me about it, I'd probably just get so mad I'd pretty much throw anything I have in my hands at that time to whatever person is watching or whatever. Not watching, in the same room or in the same place or something, I don't know. Now, if she ever took me into Terabithia, which, one, that won't happen because it's a fake person, and even if it did, I would probably believe everything she said, that there were trolls, monsters, beasts, things of any kind. I'd probably believe that there's a Mystic Boppic game that can't be played but used as a weapon. See, there's some ideas. Why can't people make a sequel? Why can't someone just make a sequel to the Bridge to Terabithia? Why? That fanfic was cool enough, but why not have a first-person narrative like some books are? Why not? I am creative. I'm like that Leslie character in many ways, except for the fact that one, I can't see, two, I'm not a female, three, I do believe in the Bible, unlike her. Because the Bible does exist. And I do like watching television, unlike her. Why that Leslie person hates television, I have no idea. What I want to know is, has she ever watched it in her life? I know I have. I remember spending a lot of time watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as one of my favorite TV shows. But now since Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just came out, I've watched it on my phone or any device that I have it on, and also my TV. So I use the TV sometimes. I watch it sometimes. I don't hate it. And I don't not watch TV. Let's just say I watch it when I want to watch it. But that is different from her. And actually, I'm older than her, actually. About, according to the movie, the 2007 movie, she's 12. And in the 1985 film, she's 10. And in the book, she's 10 years old. So that would mean, well, wait a minute, no, I'm not older than her. Crud. So, since the original book was made in 1977, that would have meant if she was 10 years old, and that would have meant in real life she would be 52. Man. In 1985, the first film came out. That would have meant she would be 44. Because in that movie, she was also 10. And in real life, she'd be 40. That version would be 44. However, in 2007, there was a second film that depicts her as a 12-year-old. And in real life, she'd probably be that version would probably be about 24. In real life. In real life. Yeesh. Will they ever come up with anything further than that? I have no idea. I'm not the creator. I'm surprised that the writer is still alive. The original person behind the book. And here is a shocking thing. That she actually said a curse word. It was the D word. The D word. I don't want to say it on here because I don't like swearing. And I don't get why I'm doing a video. And like I said in the previous video, that it almost feels like she is real for me. But in my mind, I know she is just fake. And like I said, if she was real, and if she took me into Terabithia, I would believe everything she said, because I couldn't see anything to prove that her theory of things being different being false. So being blind has its advantages. One thing, if someone tells me something and they make it seem believable, then I'll believe it. Like, for example, I mean, let's just say, like I said, let's just say that if that if that electoral character was real, and if she took me to Terabithia, which is a made-up world, actually, and she told me everything about it, how exciting it would be. I'd see it as an awesome place to go to. I'd believe it. I'd believe everything. Because one, I couldn't see it, and two, even if I did hear things that weren't exactly what she said, then I would probably say, that doesn't sound like a troll or a monster, it just sounds like other animals. And I'd actually talk about her supposed death. This is probably gonna hit hard. It's probably gonna, as older people would say, hit close to home. But do you think, since we never saw her actually getting into water, do you think she actually died? Do you think the book told us any details about if she actually died or not? Do you think the writer did this to make us believe that she was dead? Do you think the writers did this to make us believe Leslie was dead? I have no idea. I'm not even going to answer that. It's a theory. My theory is she's not dead. No pun intended on a Christian song, no pun intended. There's not even supposed to be a pun intended on a Christian song anyway. Actually, I heard you're not supposed to change the words or make... forget it, I'll just continue. Like I said, I mean, I could agree. Falling into a creek and hitting your head and being unconscious, or whatever, can probably be a a leading cause of death. But do you think that's what happened? Because I sure don't. I don't think Leslie is dead at all. And if you don't think I can say Leslie right, there we go. I just said Leslie right. If I said the name 3 times, I don't know what'll happen. Probably nothing, because that usually doesn't do anything. Ugh. I just wish sometime they'd do a reboot. A complete... whatever that was, just forget about it.
Stick, most, official, score, $0.
Forget that. I just kept turning it up and turning it down and turning it up and turning it down. Yeah. I tend to ask myself these questions whenever I think about that Leslie character. One is, do I think she would actually enjoy me playing a puppet game? And 2, would she even think that electronic games are cool? And also, would she want to find out that most electronic games had TV commercials, quote unquote? Yeesh. And when someone went to say in front of someone that hates TV that there's actually a TV app called Pluto TV, quote unquote, quote unquote. I guess it actually turns out that people are turning away from TV and viewing the internet more. I mean, today's toys for kids are like iPads and iPhones and old iPhones at that, probably. I mean, I even got an iPod Touch 4th generation. And that barely does much on YouTube. Can't upload. Can't record videos. Can't really download any apps. I couldn't even figure out how to get to the typing mode options. I tried pretty much every appropriate search keyword for a solution until I figured it out just when it standard typing. Tap on a letter with voiceover, if you have voiceover on. Then use the rotor to find typing mode. Swipe down until you hear touch typing, and you'll be set to go. That's basically it. It wasn't even in the settings at all, and now it is. It's now called typing style. Don't ask me when they started putting it in the settings, because I don't know. And I don't get why I'm even talking in a video late at night. And by the way, this might be a little bit of a bit of an awkward question to ask you viewers out there. In your opinion, do you think that Leslie character, even though she is sweet, and even if, and if she was real, do you think she would kiss me? Now, now don't go thinking, be on sight. You're way too old for her. She's 12, you're about an adult. Why would you want to ask that? No, don't go thinking that. It's just my curiosity. It's my curiosity, okay? It's not exactly something I'd want to happen. It's just my curiosity. You know what? My YouTube channel name, Beyond, has the same amount of letters as the name Leslie. And Sight has the exact amount of letters as Burke. I wonder why. I guess maybe the book has answers of why Leslie doesn't like TV or something. Well, maybe there's something that caused her not to like it. Besides, why wouldn't she? What is the sure, she doesn't have one, but maybe she's not open to try new things. I am mostly open to that, but probably not her. I have some things in common with her, like 1, I am creative. 2, I'm nice. 3, I'm upbeat. And no, I'm not saying this because of that's her. I'm not saying that because that's her personality. I'm saying that because I feel that that's how I am. I'm just not female. I'm a male. And no, I'm not trying to make this a relationship-oriented video. However, I just wanted to say that, speaking of relationships, I do this in order to practice what it would be like to be in one. I'm not doing this so that I can be the laughing stock, quote unquote. So if you see me thinking about something, just try to ignore it. And let me ask you guys this. I know you guys probably don't even care. But do you think that Leslie character would love me the same if I was the same age? As that Josh character? Do you think she would have? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. That is, if you're a male, I'd like to hear your thoughts on whether you read the book and liked the Ledgewood character. Well, this goes for anyone. Let me know in the comments if you read Bridge to Terabithia, and do you like the Ledgewood character? Because I sure do. Now, I'm not saying this just so you guys can say, oh, you want to be in a relationship? No, I'm saying this because it's a character that probably everyone may have heard of. And if you haven't, you've been living under a rock. It's been about 7 or 8 years since I've read the book. And I just got back into it. I want the book! I know there's an audiobook here on YouTube, but and no, I'm just talking into a video. Oh well.